Alright, what I got for you today is some Borderlands 2. It's just look at the Gunzerker and a spec which I'm using at the moment. Obviously, you have Gunzerker start, then you have Income Consumable, which gives you a chance to get free ammo. And as it says, lower health and shields, a greater chance of free ammo. So sometimes your shots will not cost ammo, allows you to fire further without reloading. Fill to the brim increases mag size, also increases ammo carrying capacity, and lasts longer. Gun circuit duration longer. I'm ready already. Increases the cooldown rate of your gun circuiting ability, which works nicely with the relic here. Cooldown rate. And then there's the EPKA. Killing enemy while gun circuiting increases the amount of time you can gun circ. So it adds 3 seconds per kill. And then there's double fun for extra damage or extra healing depending on what kind of class mod you're using. Right now I'm using transfusion grenades, so that means extra healing and a bit of extra damage. And get some. When I'm outside of gun circling or when gun circling is on cooldown, shooting enemies will remove some of that cooldown for me. And of course, as soon as I can get this one, I'm gonna. But there's also a few other nice talents in this tree. Steady as she goes gives you flat recoil reduction of 80%, as long as you're gun circling, obviously. And also there's a chance to improve your accuracy with both guns. So there's a 30% chance to improve accuracy, and that's always nice. But as the spec progresses, as I get to the final one, where the fire rate goes up a lot and reload speed goes up a lot, I think I'm gonna need ammo regen class mod. I'm already using a absorb shield, but getting a better absorb shield, getting a class mod which regenerates ammo, and getting this kill skill here, chance to add bullets. It's like a 25% chance to add bullets to the magazine while I'm firing, instead of, well, killing an enemy causes every shot fired to have a chance to add ammunition into the mag instead of expending ammunition. And reload speed, always nice, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna need that when I'm gonna be in the gun circling mode, so we'll have to see about these other ones eventually. As for weapons, I used assault rifle with elemental fire, and SMG with slag, and it's a Hyperion, so firing increases accuracy. And I try to steer away from weapons that consumes 2 ammo per shot, for instance, generally. But then again, this I got lucky, and yeah, why not use the legendary while you can, for a little while anyway. As soon as I level up, there's probably going to be better gear around. Well, it's this one. It's kind of a fun weapon. Yeah, absorb shield. Team mag size basically means I can fire longer, so can anyone else in my squad or team. I really do want ammo regen though, but that's a matter for a different day. And cooldown rate basically means that it takes less time before I can go into gun circling mode again. Alright, so this is the place I just finished the quest, but due to the audio being weird, didn't really hear my mic as well when I was firing. Not that weird, I guess. So yeah, I'm not going to be looting that much money, of course, but other than that, maybe some iridium. But as you can see, I do put out a nice amount of damage, and the recoil is pretty bad when I start to fire, but improves over time. So having the steady as she goes will probably be more beneficial in terms of getting the most out of the bullets fired. So I'll give that a go once I level up next time. It's not going to be that long. See if it actually makes a noticeable impact, because the recoil reduction is a 5-1 as long as I'm gunzerking. The accuracy one is 30% chance to increase accuracy. So while it's nice, I'm not sure if it's gonna be that noticeable, because I have to deal with some minor recoil anyway. And I'm soon ready to gunzerk again, and there we go. There we have it. Just waiting for some contacts. Alright, we have contacts. And some people, well, generally think that you're not going to be aiming that much. You are going to be aiming, but yeah, basically the massive amount of fire that you put out will generally, well, you'll always do more damage with critical hits, obviously, but it's not going to matter as much because you're using two guns. And in this case, I'm using two elemental weapons, and they're kind of bonding in that sense that one is slag and the other is fire. And for unshielded or targets without armor, that is a pretty nice combo. And if I come across armor targets, then I would probably swap to slag and caustic. But there's a chance that they also have lightning, or not lightning, but they have shields. In that case, you might be better off with caustic and lightning. But some of these robots in Borderlands are of the lightning kind. Well, I keep saying lightning. It's shield variety called ion bots or something, and they project a shield kind of similar to the Commando's shield, except from there being pretty badass. It has a certain time limit, and any damage that you fire upon it is just not going to penetrate. You actually have to get close yourself and deal with it. And we go into Gunzerker mode again. And there we have level up. So I'm just gonna take this one, see if it actually makes a difference. So this is each shot that hits an enemy has a chance to improve accuracy with both guns. And it's a 30% chance, so I have to fire quite a bit of bullets. So nothing yet. And in some cases you're gonna be wasting the gunzerking, but yeah, with the right talents, you're gonna get gunzerking up in no time. Either way, so it's not gonna matter as much. And kill a few hostiles, and gunzerking is up again. Wow, got quite a bit. Don't really need a help, but just doing some damage. So the entire thing with the Gunzerker, and to some extent the Necromancer, is generally to stay in combat as long as you can. Because as soon as the Gunzerking thing just quiets down and you no longer have any hostiles to fire at, it's kind of useless. It's just going to tick away and you're not going to be able to keep it up. And then you're stuck with a cooldown. Of course, firing on enemies will help alleviate that to some extent, but it's not going to be like an immediate fix. Like, you're not going to have it available all the time. And now I think it's about to drop out. This best doesn't come up here. Then for some spider ants, like, yeah, now I just leveled up, so I have Gunzerking available straight off the bat once I need it. So I gotta say, so far I'm not really feeling this recoil reduction as much guess it's probably would be possible to do. The one thing you can see is the cooldown of my gunzerking ability getting knocked down every time I hit a hostile. But it can only happen so often. So yeah, I'm still... I haven't spotted a single time that my accuracy actually has increased. I figured out it would show up somehow. Down below along the kill skills and such, but could be that it doesn't. Could be that it just makes me more accurate. Like, I don't know. I've kind of learned to compensate at that for the recoil to start with, and it's definitely not all the bullets that hit, as you can see. There's there's a lot of wasted ammo here, but yeah, for the most part, I dare say that it's fairly accurate. I guess I could try and get the chest. I did run through this the first time, where you have this quest where you're supposed to get the treasure that's hidden in Caustic Caverns, so you have to go around to the 4 locations and hit the buttons to get access to the treasure room, if you will. And entrance is actually up here. But yeah, the rest of the area, is that a chubby? No. Caustic Caverns is actually not a bad place to farm some gear for this kind of level. If you stay in the Varkite area and just run around until you pop a couple of Varkites and they evolve to adults and then evolve to chubbies, then you have a chance of getting the legendary shield, Wisco Tango. And after reading a bit about it online, I'm not even sure I want it, considering it's a type that drops a shield booster. And you think, well, shield boosters are nice, they don't give you balance points, but they do restore your shields. Well, this is kind of a different thing. Like, there is apparently a chance that it will start firing volleys of electrical damage. So once you activate the shield booster, you're in dire need of shields, and you activate one of those shield boosters, and suddenly it's firing volleys of electricity. Zaps away the team's shields, kills you, and all that. Like, it's a nice enough shield. It's legendary and all that, but I'm not sure I would even go for that. It just seems like, yeah, now I just killed a badass pod, but whatever. Might have gotten some better gear if I didn't. Yeah, I got that already. So yeah, there's a, I think it's a, you can get a level 28 and 31, probably some different varieties in terms of stats as well from that. But I spent some time getting some gear for my friends there, and just working on the open wide badass rank for challenge accepted, the Steam achievement. And yeah, you do get quite a bit of gear there, not a massive amount. The best place to farm is probably at least with a character like this one. Well, you can farm there as well, but I went there with my macro and stayed for quite some time. That macro is 50, so it's completed True Vault Hunter and completed the DLC and stuff like that. So if you go there on True Vault Hunter mode, you generally have 50 and 52 mobs there, and that's not so ideal for farming. of obvious reasons if you're farming gear for low levels. So a high level character that hasn't completed the warrior is probably ideal. Not completed the main story and stuff like that, or on True Wall Hunter mode. There's a hostile over there somewhere, but no matter. And as you probably noticed, I generally don't really, well, I generally don't use the scope as much as some people do. Like for Zero, you kind of have to aim to get good shots off with a sniper rifle if you're gone down that spec. But the Gunzerker, well, you basically aim in that general direction and fire a shit ton of bullets, and that usually takes care of them. So, but I'd probably say that all classes are kind of gear specific, but I dare say that the Gunzerker especially so. It can be a difficult class to gear up, and when I played up my commando and Nixon played up his Gunzerker, he had some difficulties in the start early on, simply because he didn't have the appropriate gear for that type of spec, and if you don't have the gear for a class, then it becomes so much harder. You die a lot easier. And I mean, I die easy. Well, not easy, but I can die as a Gunzerker. That's no problem. But generally, you put out so much damage that any type of hostiles that's nearby is gonna either die immediately or die while you're in second life, as long as they don't run. So nothing too much in depth about the Gunzerker. It requires a certain amount of gear, and I dare say that it benefits probably the most out of all the classes from having a very good absorb shield. And if you want to go for pure damage, you simply get the Merv grenades or some other heavy-duty grenade mod that does a lot of damage. And I dare say that the relic, the cooldown relic, is probably the best one, simply for the fact that you can Gunzerk a lot more often, and it will keep up your health. It will keep regenerating your ammo. And if you can get a class mod which has the team ammo regen, that is probably the best bet to go. Because while team max size is nice, it doesn't help you as much as you'd want, and it doesn't help the team as much as you can with ammo regen, because some of the longer fights in Borderlands 2, and they generally sap a lot of ammo, and especially if you have some Tidori users. So that is a nice thing to have. And as for weapons, as I said at the start, I've gone for assault rifle and an SMG that complement each other. And for flesh enemies, generally slag and fire is a good bet. For pure armor, then slag and corrosive would be nice. And for backups, I have pistol and shotgun. But then again, it really depends on what you want to do here. Also trying to find weapons that have similar sights and similar bullet trajectories is nice, because some of the shotguns that's out there have like a lobbing sight. So the bullets are not going to go where you aim with SMG or assault rifle, but your mileage may vary. So this is just what I like to use though. And you can always swap out these and use different elemental types. But the main thing here, for me anyway, is having reasonably large mag size to keep you, or being able to fire for a long duration of time. So that's it. Small look at the Gunzerker. Hope you enjoyed it, and catch you some other time.